Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival series. I am really excited for today's episode because we get to do some of my most favorite thing in Minecraft, and that is building. As soon as the sun goes down, I will sleep. And we are here at the wool farm that we finished off in the last episode. I didn't make any aesthetic changes. I haven't had time to get around to that, but I did. I was AFK for a while, so we got quite a bit of wool, but I did time it out. And this farm will produce about 7.5 stacks of wool per hour. Of course, that is not perfect numbers because sometimes the sheep will eat a lot more than other times. So if I had to guess, it would probably average out to about 7.5 to 8 stacks of wool per hour, just depending on the frequency that they eat. But today we are not really focused on this. We are actually going to be heading up in this direction on top of the hill, kind of right next to our sniffer friends. And I suppose while we are up here, we can have a look in the chest. We have quite a bit of sniffer pods, as well as some bones and rotten flesh, presumably from mobs that have spawned and died inside of their pen. Today, we are going to be working on this plot of land right here where this cow is hanging out. We are building a windmill. Now, building a windmill and exploring an ancient city are two entirely different things. So what the heck happened? Well, I decided that since we are approaching episode 50, that would kind of be a good monumental episode to explore an ancient city. Not to mention we haven't even discovered one yet, so we will have to do that between now and episode 50. Of course, this is episode 47. I already have the next few episodes planned out. So today we are building a windmill and a farm field. So we are going to head over to our storage building and we are going to gather those resources for this build. I've already built it in creative mode, but I did it in a copy of this world and it looks great up on that hill. I'm really excited for this build, so let's get going with materials. And like many of the builds that I have created on here that I particularly enjoy, my house being one of them, I will do a tutorial for this windmill later on. For now though, we are going to need more spruce. That is a problem for us because I used up most of it. That is all dark oak wood. I think I used up most of it in our sheep farm, so I am going to go harvest some more spruce trees real quick. And I shouldn't need more than one of these trees for this project, so I will just stick with that for now. Other materials that I will need today actually include white wool. We are going to be using that for some of the walls of this build. I think a stack should be enough, but we may have to come back later on and get a little bit more once that has filled up a little bit more. We don't need it right away though, so that won't be an issue for us. We are also going to be using bamboo for the very first time. We have not really used bamboo wood at all, and I'm really excited to use it. I still need to find a way to incorporate cherry wood a little bit more into the whole world. Of course, we have our trees planted throughout, and I think I used cherry wood on a roof somewhere. Maybe not, though. I'll have to incorporate that coming up in a future video. For now, bamboo, that is actually going to be the roof, and you will see that later on, but I'm doing sort of a thatched roof look with this without using hay because I want to be able to use stairs and slabs. But for this, it all depends on the orientation, and can I orient this? No, I cannot. So we are going to go with the mosaic, unless it's the same. Okay, it's actually the same pattern on each side. Never mind. We will go with the bamboo planks then instead of the bamboo mosaic. And the very last material that we will need is our collection of various stones. I'm just going to build it with normal stone for now and then sprinkle in the detail later on, but it is going to look similar to the walls on our house over there. I also just remembered I'm going to need some brick and some granite just to break up that brick pattern a little bit more. And then I will bring along the crafting table, our bed, and the trusty stone cutter. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the layout, and like many of the builds I've done in the past, this won't be a tutorial style. I'm just gonna kind of fly through it in a way, and then we will take a look at it, step back, take a look at it once it is finished, and I will show everyone the tutorial in an upcoming video. And you will probably notice a lot of similarities between this build and my house, partially because I want the whole valley to have the same style, and partially because I think I've gotten really good at this style of building, so I'm very comfortable with tackling builds in this look. Overall though, I think it's actually going to be a somewhat quick build. I'm not anticipating that it's going to take a lot of time, and look at that, I've already messed up. Not horribly though, easy fix. As for the style of this build, I wanted it to kind of follow that older European windmill look, so you are going to notice a lot of similarities and maybe some differences between that. I just based it off a few pictures I found online and then kind of drew up a little bit of my own inspiration for it as well. I'm using stripped spruce logs for the pillars and supports on the side, and then as per usual with the other builds throughout, I am using stone as the base layer, and then the white wall will be the main wall for the second floor of this house, which is only going to be right here, and then this is actually going to be a roof over this part of the windmill house, whatever we want to call this. I am using bamboo fence for the windows in this build. You will see why. Well, I've kind of already explained that the roof is made out of bamboo planks, but that is the main reason. It matches great with the roof and it has a really nice look to it. So it is spruce stairs for the roof outline, and then the bamboo planks will be the main part of that roof. And then in the corners around each of these little sections, I am doing the spruce stair pattern, also seen on my house, just to kind of round off the sides of this house, make it look a little more appealing. Not on this side though, that will be a chimney. And then I am doing the very typical roof design with the upside down stair, block right side up. And that will meet at a point in the middle with an upside down stair and a right side up stair at the tip of that. So from the side, that is how that looks. And I'll fill that in with some stone. And then the roof is actually ending right here, and there's going to be this little outdoor section, sort of like a porch, balcony, whatever we want to call that up here, and that will be filled in actually with spruce slabs, so I can go ahead and place those, and it's just going to kind of be a little, I don't know, sort of like an access point, but outside. I'm going to put a door up here. It will be a spot to access this attic space. Not really sure what it's for aside from aesthetics, but I think it looks nice. So now I'm going to start placing in the bamboo, and you are really going to see that thatched roof look, sort of like straw or hay or whatever you want to call it. So there is the finished look of that. I will have one more roof running perpendicular to this, but I will get that up in just a moment. It is just about time though to begin working on the second level of this windmill house, and of course for that I'm using white wool once again, and then some log supports which are actually placed out one block. Let's make sure we don't have a thunderstorm here. We don't need any fires popping up, and it looks like we are in the clear. So these will be placed one block out diagonally from those inner supports, and then the white wool will be placed on these supports, and this will go all the way around. Of course, right here I will have a doorway, and then I'm also going to have a few windows sprinkled throughout this build. And it looks like we do have enough wool. Well, maybe. I might need a little bit more once I start adding the roof, but for the main walls, that takes care of it. And I actually did just run out of wool, so let's head back here and see how much white wool we've got in that short amount of time. Already back up to a stack. Perfect. And we already have over a stack of blue wool. That's great to see, but again, some of those wools I'm not really sure what we will use. I will find a use though. We can make a very bright and colorful fun build somewhere, either outside or inside. So those corner supports are now put up. I also am going to have some spruce stair outlines that go across the top, just to separate the white wool from the roof itself. It also helps to section off this second floor of the house from the first. I'm getting a little bit nervous. It's looking like we are going to have to go chop down another spruce tree because I'm just about out of wood and I still need quite a bit more stairs to get the second roof put up. But if I fly down here, we will see, we will see a pillager patrol roaming by, but we will begin to see, let me fly way out here, and we will begin to see the shape of this come together. Right here is where the windmill will be, and you will see that at the end. That will be the last thing I add to this. Well, it looks like the pillagers are interested in our windmill, so I may have to fly away and come back. Well, it's always a good day to open up the ender chest and discover another stack of spruce logs. Isn't that convenient? I knew if I looked around for long enough in all of the chests I have everywhere, I would find some, which is why in the next episode, or maybe the episode after, we're going to do a more permanent storage facility. I'm looking forward to that, but let's go ahead and get this project finished up. Alright, the roof outline is all finished up. I'm going to fill in the rest of the wool here. And this is where the windmill is going, so I won't put a window there, but on this side, we are going to have a little 1x1 window. And we will place the bamboo fence right in there. So now it is time to start filling in the rest of the bamboo stairs, and that will really bring this whole build together. And I have that roof put on now, and I kind of cleaned up that roof a little bit. It still needs a little more work. Still trying to figure out how to make that look seamless. But I will go ahead and light up the inside, and we can head up to the top. The staircase for this will actually be on the inside of the build, so there won't be an external way to get up to this section, but that will be taken care of later. I'll probably do all the interiors for this off camera. I'm not too concerned with them at the moment. So I think, well, we need to get the windows in, and then I think we will go ahead and do the fireplace and chimney. And this is going to be pretty straightforward and simple as far as chimneys go. I will add some extra detail into it, but nothing too elaborate. I think I may need some more bricks though. I will have to work on that here in a moment. So this chimney is just going to stick out a couple blocks and just go up the side here with some granite sprinkled in here and there. And yeah, I am going to need a lot more bricks, so I will go get some more of those. Alright, I got a few more bricks. I don't know if this is going to be enough to finish this whole build, but I guess we will find out soon enough. And I think I will have just enough to finish this off. And I'm also building a small little awning on the outside of this fireplace. We're going to have a little stack of firewood over here on the side, and we want that to be covered for when the rain rolls in. And then I am going with spruce doors on this build just to kind of match the rest of the palette here. I'm going to place them from the outside. I think that is just fine. Right here, spruce fence on those outer two, and then I'm going to do spruce fence gates just to change things up a little bit. We will place those right next to those fences. So now we are getting very close. I think Other than the firewood that I want to put right there in that little crevice, we just need to put the windmill itself. And of course, the inside, but like I said, that is going to come on a later date. Alright, and for the blades, I'm going to need 3 smooth stone, which should be in this chest. And of course, I only have 2, just my luck. I will throw 1 more into this furnace right here. And then I also need 44 oak fences. Let me see what oak planks I have. Not very many, but I should have quite a few oak logs that I can use for this. And then sticks, I have a chest full right over here. And there we go, 1 extra for good luck, and then the smooth stone right here, and we can go get those blades put on. And with these blades, I really didn't feel like doing anything fancy or elaborate with them, so they are just very basic, all 90-degree angles. Let me see, what's the easiest way to do that? So it's really nothing to brag about, but I think it definitely looks just fine. And in case you're wondering why I keep doing that double jump thing up against those, you can get up 1.5 slabs with elytra if you time the jump perfectly. So that's why I keep doing that. Oftentimes I mess up. I am not the best at it. But now it's time to start adding these blades. And they are 6 fences tall or wide in every direction, and 2 fences thick except for the fence that connects to it. That is only 1 fence. And I think I may have to build some blocks going up to reach these bottom 2. And there we go. There is our finished windmill. I am noticing a couple of things that I did miss with this, and I can actually go ahead and fill those in real quick. We are going to have some stairs. Well, if I have the spruce stairs. So we will have some stairs right here on the corners of these blocks as well. And this, similar to the top, is going to help section off that wall. So that is how that looks. And then as for everything else, I think I'm just going to have to go back and reference my pictures and the creative build, because I'm sure there are many more things that I missed, like this row right here, that I will just have to fix up. But this is the overall build itself, and I am really happy with how it all came together. Of course, I still have to change out the stone for that mixed stone texture with andesite and cobblestone and all of those blocks, just to give it a little more detail. But the build itself is done. We just need to add the firewood compartment, which I actually really liked how that came together. So let me go get some campfires. So we will stack these up right here, and then we will extinguish these with our shovel and place some oak trapdoors on the bottom 2, just to kind of look like everything's all stacked up and neatly bundled, and we have a shelf of firewood there on the outside. And now I believe the build is complete. I don't think I am missing anything, so I will go ahead and get rid of our staircase here on the side, and I will even clean up some of these blocks surrounding the build so we can really take it all in. And I actually realized I was missing the spruce trapdoors there above these stairs, but I have gotten those all placed in. So let's step back from this and really take in this build. We may even just fly up into the sky and view it from above, because I think it is the perfect build. Let's see if we can land on some of this bamboo. That could be interesting here. Maybe not. I'll try one more time. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Close enough. Let me see if I can climb up to one of these higher bamboos, and I fell off. Well, I'm not going to attempt a third one, but in the next episode, or maybe the episode after, I'm not sure the order yet, this bamboo will be going away because we are putting our new storage facility right where this bamboo is. We're going to have a nice little courtyard right here, but right where I am standing, right where that bamboo is, and right where this charged creeper hole is is where our storage facility is going to be built. I'm really excited for that, but this is what we are marveling at today. Again, the perfect structure for on top of this hill, but before I end the episode, I just want to do one more thing, and that is turn all of this, I don't even have my hoe on me, turn all of this grass right here into farmland. It's going to take a little while. I'm just going to kind of speed through it, maybe cut it out entirely, but I want to turn this into a nice big wheat field and really complete the look of this build. So that will require a few things. Number one is patience, of course. Number two is our netherite hoe, which of course has Unbreaking 3 and Mending on it. And then I need plenty of wheat seeds, as well as plenty of buckets of water that I can place down and irrigate all of the farmland here. Of course, that means terraforming and filling in some of these creeper explosions that we have. And I will go through and clear out all of this grass, hopefully get a decent amount of seeds from it as well. So I've cleared out the grass of kind of where I want the bulk of this field to be. I think I may extend it all the way over to this ravine right here, and then have it kind of curve around. In this little dip right here, I guess, I want to do an artificial lake. I'm not going to do that in this episode, and I've done one artificial lake in survival before. I made a vow to myself that I would never do that again, yet here we are, but that will come at a later date. I just want to have, I think a body of water would be a great addition to the valley, so maybe starting about right here or here will be the water level for that, and then I will fill all of that in with water. But up here is where the field is going to be, and it's just gonna kind of go to about right here and then all the way over in this section, I think, as well. So now I can start with the holes for the water. I will be spacing these out every 8 blocks, and I'm just gonna borrow some water buckets from the smelting facility since we have a bunch of extra buckets in here. Now I'm starting to get the water into place and tilling the land, and it looks like everything is coming together quite nicely so far. Alright, I have finished irrigating and tilling all of the land that I want to do for now. I still plan on doing about double that, but this is the start. And then I will, of course, plant wheat, filling in all of this land. I will begin with the seeds that I have here, and I will run back to storage and see how many I have, and then I will just harvest and regrow as I need. But this should hopefully complete the look of this windmill. I'm sure it will, that golden field in front of the windmill on top of the hill up there. It's just a very majestic picture overall. And that is all of the wheat that I've planted, 2.5 stacks, and that is all I was able to come away with. I will go ahead and put one more water bucket right here though, and till this land, just so we can at least finish the close-up picture of this windmill. There we go. I will wait for the rest of that wheat to finish growing, and then we will get a nice little look, hopefully with the setting sun in the background, and that will be where we end today's episode. You know what? We actually have quite a few bones in here, so I think I am going to just bone meal that whole field just to speed the process along. I also want to duck into the wool farm real quick just to see how that is doing, since I have been on for a little while now, and boy is that chest full. Alright, we love to see that, and we will definitely be well prepared for that ancient city episode. Well, it doesn't look exactly how I envisioned it. There's not nearly enough wheat planted yet, but I would say overall it's a pretty picture perfect build. maybe if we stand right here at this angle, it kind of captures that whole feel of the hillside windmill. But that is where we are going to leave this episode of the Optimistic Survival series as we near closer and closer to our Ancient City episode. We have a lot to look forward to. Next episode will either be the storage building, or maybe we will work on acquiring some frog lights and locate the ancient city. I will just have to see how much of this storage building I actually get done in creative between now and the next episode. But I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button and be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.